Accessing Terran Archive Entry Hotel Sierra-152A. Access granted. Presenting entry.
What is up, my fellow space engineers of the world? Today we'll be diving back into the Terran archives to discuss what would be the most terrifying vessel of the modern era according to the Terran colonies, the Warmonger class destroyer. The Warmonger class destroyer was developed by the Raider insurgency in 2653 during the modern era for, honestly, an unknown reason. Many naval engineers and strategists have made attempts to analyze not only the vessel itself, but also how the Raider insurgency has used the ship, and they've come up with maybe 3 possible uses. Option 1 would be to commit raids against larger targets like Terran warships. Option 2 would be to create a flagship for the insurgency's fleets, and the third option would be to simply project power. Regardless, its presence incited a fear in the Terran outer colonies as it brought death to anything that got in its way. The most well-known example was the raid on the colony Port Habsburg, because when Terranovan authorities were sent in, there was only one survivor, Leo Gobstein, who said, quote, "I never knew the ground could burn as much as it did when that ship arrived." This threat spread amongst the colonies until Terran ships larger than a destroyer were mobilized to calm the Raider insurgency. Since Raiders were, and still are, a ragtag group of smugglers, thieves, and pirates, the Warmonger was constantly improperly used, which made it easy for the Terranovan fleet to isolate and destroy these vessels on sight. While its life in service was short, it made its mark in history, especially since the Raiders are still a quiet threat on the galaxy to this day, and there might be a chance that the Warmonger class might blacken the skies of colonies once again. The Warmonger class destroyer has a length of 101 meters across its centerline and a width of 46.1 meters across its beam, with a displacement of 1,807.9 metric tons, so this ship was around the average size of a modern destroyer. Its size meant that the Warmonger can house up to 8 maximum personnel. Due to the hit-and-run strategy of the Raiders, the Warmonger needed to be fast. Its forward acceleration was 15.87 meters per second, and its backwards acceleration was 10.81 meters per second. This made the vessel one of the fastest destroyers ever built. Because the Raiders developed the vessel extremely cheap and poorly, the Warmonger had no special equipment on board, but somehow its jump drive could travel 2,766 kilometers per jump, which allowed the vessel to commit raids over long distances. The only impressive thing about the Warmonger-class destroyer is its offensive weaponry. The ship possessed one M480 Tsunami strike cannon, two M240 Cyclone strike cannons, four AC-35 Sabre M11A4 autocannons, six MG-35 Rampart chain guns, two PL-16 Gravistar laser turrets, and two M1 torpedo launchers. While its weapons are very excessive, its shield was only a military-grade Class D Darkstar shield generator, which isn't as impressive, but was enough to fight smaller threats like corvettes and frigates. In order to power all its weapons, shields, and other necessary systems, the vessel was equipped with only a 15 gigawatt deuterium fusion reactor. I guess the upside to building a ship on the cheap was that you don't require so much power output to keep the ship running. And that is all the information that the Terran archives possess on the Warmonger class destroyer. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to check the link in the description to the Steam Workshop where you can download and use this vessel for yourself. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. See you guys then.